This video application for First People Worldwide Organization Indigenous Community Project in Cameroon, Africa. CAMAID, to empower people for a better life. What is CAMAID? CAMAID is a non-profit organization created in Cameroon, Africa and the United States, registered in the state of Minnesota. CAMAID's main mission is to help the underprivileged people and children by providing shelter, education, school tuition for those who cannot afford it, medical assistance, and innovative economic empowerment for women. This year, CAMAID is embarking on a new project called Prevention of the Female Genital Mutilation. CAMAID is the pass-through conduit to receive grants to support these projects, medical assistance for those who can't afford it, clothing and feed the widows, build an orphanage facility compound and refugee projects, innovative economic empowerment for women, prevention of female genital mutilation, assistance, education, tuition for the poor. My name is Alan Williams. I'm the founder of CAMAID. This is my lovely wife, the co-founder. I met her in Minneapolis, Minnesota in the United States. We've been married for 13 years. We've been back here in Cameroon 7 years ago. And then we realized life is not about us. It's about other people who are in need, who need Americans to come to their country to help them, to bring them up, to lift their lives up. And that's why CAMAID was birthed. CAMAID came and to make a difference. CAMAID is to help those who cannot help themselves. CAMAID is to empower people's lives. And that is why CAMAID is birthed. CAMAID's proposal is 3D training project for the indigenous community to bring the latest technology to Africa. CAMAID's special project is called the DIV, Development Innovative Venture, the inception of a new economy growth from the 3D printing industry for Cameroon, Africa. What is 3D printing? The background concept. 3D printing or additive manufacturing is any of various processes for making a three-dimensional object of almost any shape from a 3D model or other electronic data sourced primarily through additive processes in which successive layers of material are laid down under a computer control. A 3D printer is a type of an industrial robot. Our objective. CAMAID is proposing a state-of-the-art, innovative, and cutting-edge technology called 3D printing. CAMAID wants to initiate the first technical training course curriculum called 3D training for the first time in Cameroon. Objective continues. CAMAID wants to bring the 3D printing in the largest city called Douala in Cameroon. CAMAID not only wants to provide this technical training course to the public, but want to create an indigenous community service in the private sector. The indigenous community will be a prototypes fabrication type of a manufacturer who will keep parts specialized for engineering specifications available to those who need them in the supplier market of Cameroon and Africa continent. Here's the map of Cameroon. Our neighbors are Nigeria, Chad, Central Africa Republic. Douala, as you see as the arrow, is to where we want to put the 3D printing training. Last year, I was invited to an open house at a distributor company that sells these machines, these 3D machines. And I was so impressed. I was looking at it and examining it. I couldn't believe what I saw. They were creating things in 3D right before my eyes. So here are the machines that I want to propose for the second stage. Not the first one for the first pilot run. No, I want to do this project on the second stage as we scaled up, as we become very strong and be able to teach the students in a higher end, higher technology with these machines, because we want to test the pilot run to become successful, and then we know we can go to the next scale to go to the bigger and higher technology to train these students for something more complicated, so for them to be prepared for the emerging 3D printing industry. Here's an example of a 3D printer, what it can do. It can make a prosthetic human organ. It can make a jaw, a human jaw, that a person who had bone cancer. Believe it or not, a 3D printer, a specialized one, could build a house, the infrastructure of a house. There was also an apartment building that was created in China. What are the effects that 3D training will do to Cameroon? CAMA is proposing to create a brand new technical course that will provide graphic design and 3D printing curriculum. The training will give students a cutting edge, and they will be ahead of the technology. When 3D manufacturing companies start to get popular in this country and other countries and the cities, they will have the training and the know-how. This will increase the chances of employment for the community of indigenous students. 3D training project for the indigenous community, the curriculum breakdown. CAMA will do a pilot program first. That will start with a very small class session where we will be able to monitor and easily to better evaluate the outcome of the pilot program. Next slide, we will lay out how the class will be performed. Curriculum breakdown. CAMA purpose to have only 20 students for the first semester, another 20 students for the second semesters upon starting the pilot run program. So it'll be 8 months complete. CAMA will select graphic designers that have a minimum of 1 year experience, depending on funding. Will train new beginners for graphic designers. There will be 2 semesters of training with 4 months in each semester. The students will learn 1. Crash course of graphic design to refresh their skills. 2. The students will learn how to operate the new revolutionary 3D printer. And 3. Training will be once or twice a week. The students will learn how to use what they learn to be prepared to use their new and developed skills to be more viable for the graphic design market and the upcoming 3D industry. This matrix evaluation plan or flowchart will give you a better idea how this program and this project will work. We will have evaluation. Of course, we'll have a team of collaborators, and what that entails is mechanical engineers, professional graphic designers, and material specialists. And we will group together, have meetings, and evaluate this training program to see how much is a success. If we need to tweak a little bit here and there and do some changes and implement things here and there to make it better and to make it grow to or to scale, make it a scalability, then we know we're on the right path. And that's why it's better for you to have a better idea of what our vision is, or how we are to achieve it. How do we make it make it more scalability, to have a system in place, collaborators who we could walk through this situation, talk together, and to make sure it becomes a success. New, you're always going to have growing pains, especially when it comes to technology. We'll have blind spots that will occur during the birthing of a new development and innovative venture. There will be obstacles that the program will have to face. Here's a list of challenges that CAMA anticipates to overcome. The next slide. The program will have to obtain engineering diagrams of the items or parts to program and download into the 3D printing machine. When the 3D machines are shipped overseas, the 1 year warranty will not be valid from the manufacturer. Note, since we have a partner of a 3D distributor, we will ask to negotiate that 1 year warranty. The printer cartridges that makes the material into the 3D image will have to be shipped to Cameroon. Customs can be an issue. The charges for custom fees will have to be addressed. The concept of the 3D printing program and the technology will take some effort, money, and time to communicate to the market effectively for them to understand this new emerging industry. Equipment Requirements. The pilot run program will need pertinent materials and equipment to effectively train the students to aim for success with the satisfaction of the First People Worldwide objectives. Below are the items that we will need to be purchased. Next slide. Need to rent or lease for space for 8 months for training, since this will only be a pilot run. We will need 5 computers for students and 1 for the instructor, 1 licensed graphic design software that will be used for the entire class sessions, 1 Leapfrog Creator HS. Now that spelling is correct. That is how they spell it without the E. It's a Series 3D printer. It's ideal printer to start for new beginners. So I recommend this printer before we go to the next level for our next phase. And the company that I recommend, that we have a partner with as far as that warranty that I aforementioned, Stratasys, we have a partner relationship with them. So, but I don't want to order any the printing machines from them yet, but I want to try this small beginning 3D printer series from Leapfrog Creator, HS. Just given a picture and an example of what a Leapfrog Creator HS looks like. We are proposing this machine for the students, for the beginners, something a little bit more simple. And but once the students can get used to it, and we can go to the next level as soon as we get the funding, and we'll be able to have a scalability of this program. And once we start to grow, then we'll go to the next level and order machines from Stratasys, the company that I have a relationship with, and we will use their machines for the next phase, the next stage, and that'll be in the future. But we're going to start with this machine for the beginning, for the first and the second semester. Before, Stratasys is our partner. They are our support group. They will help us train our students and instructors how to operate these machines that they supply. And these are high-end 3D industry 3D printer. This is something that you just don't have at home. But this is something we're looking in the future, the next stage, and when we're scaled up. I mean, our program has become more scalability, where we could, teach students a more high technology 3D printers. But that won't happen until after 8 months, once we show a success of our first pilot run of the 8 months of the first machine that I already mentioned. And we will use that machine first before we go to this next level of the Stratasys 3D machines. Well, the first stage of the pilot run, we won't hire anybody because we're going to just do more of a volunteer project, and it's experimental. So the first stage, we need an instructor who is going to be volunteering to teach the students. But the next stage, we want to hire a staff. We require a director, administrator, a graphic design instructor, and a 3D printing instructor. But that will be for the next stage after 8 months of the pilot run. A new sustainability horizon. CAMmade is proposing to create a sustainability with this type of development, innovative venture that introduced the emerging market to supply prototype to companies who need a model to demonstrate their product to their customers. Designers and engineers can build true-to-life models and prototypes featuring ultra-precision detail straight from the 3D printer fabricated supplier. 3D printers will meet engineering specification to the industry standards for a final product realism. The capabilities of a 3D printer are endless. It will print multiple materials simultaneously and have the widest range of material properties on the market. CAMmade believes that this 3D market is a very potential revenue source, providing financial stability to maintain financial support for the indigenous community for many, many years to come. Why 3D printing industry? The 3D printing is about to get cheaper, and its market will grow over the next 3 years. The expansion will be biggest in industrial, biomedical, and consumer application, helping companies reduce costs. Here is an example of a pharmaceutical manufacturer in the city of Douala that makes the medicine capsules, but they don't make the casing for the medicines. The manufacturer had to outsource to purchase casing from overseas. Pharmaceuticals manufacturers pay import tariff tax and shipping. The 3D printer can make these capsules right here in Kamloops, Douala. It will not cost a lot to produce and make. Here's two more examples using techniques such as no die molding and excess overhead will bring prices down and be more cost effective. Here are other excellent example. Clockworks Company uses direct digital manufacturing to build custom motorcycle parts on their Fortis 3D printing system, saving nearly $13,000. Fuse deposition, molding FDM parts, most less than a quarter of the price to inject mold cast die. For sprinkler projects at Toro Company, Fortis 3D printing system helped reduce product development time by 283 weeks and saved a whopping $500,000. This document demonstrates the agreement and partnership that we have with Stratasys. We want to use Stratasys 3D printing machine for the second phase, not for the pilot run, the first stage of the first semester and the second semester 8-month pilot run program. No, we want to use Stratasys because for the second stage, because they are higher end 3D printing machines, and that takes a little more technical training to understand and to learn how to operate their machines. They made an agreement with us, CAMmade, that they will provide all the materials that we need, training, and all the questions that we may have. They will provide everything that we need, providing that we will buy their machines. So we made an agreement that if we buy their machines, they will provide the resources that we need to become successful in the training for Cameroon students. Conclusion. CAMmade proposing a 3D printing training in Douala, Cameroon, Africa. 3D printing for the indigenous community training pilot run, 8 months program. First stage only. upscale the program to more technical 3D machines using Stratasys to create a new emerging technology for Douala City industry. That will be the second stage. The indigenous community will have a strong sustainability, so they may have their own businesses to become a important parts supplier for Cameroon and other Africa countries around Cameroon. This is the financial statement for your viewing. I will also submit the financial statement with the other presentation of this program, and so you'll be able to watch each individual slide in your control, and you'll be able to look at the financial statement as well in your control. I want to thank you for your audience. This is the end of the demonstration. If there's any questions you may have, you may be able to call me overseas. These are the telephone numbers. If you want to leave a message, there's a local for the U.S. There is somebody else will take a call for me there. The email, you could send me an email to two of those different places, and of course take a look at our website as well. So once again, thank you, and be looking forward to hearing from you.